Stephanie is here from County Fire. County Fire works very closely, but is a fully independent, full-service fire organization that serves Cupertino very, very well. So we're very grateful to have them here tonight. Stephanie.
So we do have a PulsePoint app, as you just saw, and if you had that downloaded on your phone, as you can see, we have an engine company here, and they just had a call, so you can actually see where they were going. So that's one of the many benefits of the of the PulsePoint application. We just recently had a Find the AED contest using PulsePoint, and what happened was the contest was from April 15th to May 15th, and we asked residents in our jurisdiction and specifically in Cupertino, if they would go out with their mobile phones, find AEDs, and upload them onto the registry. The more AEDs we can find, the better chance we have to find people who may need it in the time of an emergency. So at the end of the contest, we ended up with over 100 found AEDs in our jurisdiction, and 43 of those were in the city of Cupertino. So way to go, you guys. That was amazing. So, yeah. And before I turn it over to Chief Pearson, who's going to give an overview of what we do, I just wanted to let you know we also have, if you know anybody for the ages 14 to 18 who would be interested in maybe a career in the fire service and just maybe want to try it out, on Saturday we have a day in the life of a firefighter where we invite high school students to come out and pull hose, put on jackets, use the jaws of life, get a real sense of what it's like to be a firefighter. So if you're interested, come find me after. I'm at that table. And now I'd like to introduce Chief Kendall Pearson, and he's going to give an overview of the fire department.
Good evening. All right, I know we've been sitting here for about an hour, so all of my fire service instructors always said the brain will only absorb what the buns will endure. So how you doing? Pretty good so far? Okay. I'm going to keep this pretty simple and pretty short. Three things, if I can remember the three things. I'm going to tell you who we are, services we provide here in the Cupertino, and what all taxpayers are interested in is, are you getting the best bang for your buck about what we do, right? I live within the district also. I live over in Campbell. County Fire serves my city, so I'm interested in, are you guys doing the right thing? Are we getting the kind of services that we think we should be getting? So we'll throw a little bit of that on there. First off, who are we? Now this patch is a little bit deceiving. It says Santa Clara County Fire. We're actually not a county department. Pretty sneaky, huh? We're actually what's called a dependent special district. What the heck is that? A dependent special district is usually a community comes up and they organize for a service that they want to see happen. We organized in 1947, actually I believe before the city of Cupertino existed, 1954, right? They incorporated? 55, okay, I was close, sorry. So what you folks might see if you're homeowners here in the city of Cupertino, you'll look at something on your property tax bill that says Central Fire District. So you pay directly out of your property tax and assessment to fire services. So one thing that's pretty neat for you guys is that the fire department doesn't fight with all the other services for money. You set apart we have a pretty consistent funding stream. You set aside a certain amount of money, and that's what we get to use. We're an interesting agency in that we provide services to 7 of the 15 cities in the county, and a lot of the county unincorporated stuff up there on the west side all the way up to Summit Road. We do have some area responsibility over on the east side, but mostly we're here out on the west side. We have 2 different agencies that we work for, so to speak. You guys, the citizens, as a fire district city, we also contract for fire services. Campbell, Los Altos Hills, those are contracts of ours. So I think the business thing to say is that we have a very diversified portfolio. We provide fire prevention services on contract to Stanford University. What's that? You know, we also provide fire prevention services and inspection services back to the county of Santa Clara to their facilities, because we're not a county department, we're a special district. A little bit different. So we have a very interesting funding model, and we're fairly solid. That's a good thing, and it's a good thing for you because we've been very fortunate over this downturn that we've seen that we haven't laid off anybody and we really haven't reduced our services at all to you folks. So what kind of stuff are we talking about? What do we do? Now, I'm a battalion chief. That means I'm the guy that I like to call the chief scapegoat when the big events happen. When there's a multi-unit response, multiple fire trucks are responsible or required to handle larger scale emergencies, I'm the guy that calls the shots. That's what I do. You folks have one battalion chief that's stationed here within the city of Cupertino. We have our largest presence, actually. This is our largest fire district city, is Cupertino. We have our largest presence here within this city. We have a Type 1 hazmat team here within the city of Cupertino. That's the guys in the big moon suits and girls in the big moon suits that can do the level A entry, the chemical clouds and all that stuff. They can take care of business. We also have, they're part of our special operations division, so to speak, that cross-trains hazardous materials with special rescue techniques. Things aren't usually isolated. Things are kind of mixed sometimes. You could have a hazmat incident with a building collapse, hazmat incident with a fire. It's not just isolated events. We also have probably one of the largest truck companies in the county. These guys back here, Truck 71 out of the main Cupertino station. We love our toys, believe me, the fire engines and all that stuff. Jaws of Life is the best stuff in the world. But some of the people that really loved one of our toys, being Truck 71, was the folks that were stuck on that roller coaster at Great America a few years back. It was our truck company and one of the San Jose truck companies that had the big basket on the top that we were able to go up, pick people off, and bring them back down. So we don't use it a lot, thank goodness, but when you need it, you really need it. So to bring that point up here as far as segueing very quickly, hopefully well, how you guys making or getting the best bang for your buck for your tax dollars? Being a regional agency, and like the folks were saying, we have about 5 or 6 units within your city all the time. Now, fortunately, we don't have big incidents in every one of our jurisdictions every day, fortunately. But when we do have those large incidents, we can shift people to different areas and cover and move up and kind of split the difference between geographic areas. When we have a regular, what we call it, let's say, talk about fire incidents. If there's a fire incident at your home, the first thing right off the bat is we're sending about 7 pieces of fire apparatus plus overhead staff. So that's a first alarm for us, called a full first. Second alarm, another 7 pieces. Now there's only 5 fire trucks here in the city. Where are the other ones coming from? Los Gatos, Campbell, Montserrano, Los Altos, Saratoga, all kinds of places. So fortunately, each community, I mean, believe me, we would love to have a fire station at every corner with like 16 guys per truck and all that. It's just not cost effective. We couldn't do that. It doesn't make any sense. So we kind of do a system of backup and fading and moving and keeping the difference covered throughout everything. That's probably the biggest things I wanted to talk about tonight. We're very happy to have been invited here to talk to you. Short and sweet. I know everybody's getting tired, but we do appreciate you being here. We love working in the city of Cupertino. I've been here for 25 years out of my 37 in public service. So more than happy to be here. Stephanie, do you want to talk about a couple of the community education programs, or are we going to cut it off there in the interest of time? Okay, I think that's about it. Maybe one last thing. Everybody talks about, and what the deputies were talking about earlier, is when do I call 911? I'm not sure. Should I call? Just call. That's pretty much our job. We're there to figure it out. In the big picture, the fire department takes care of infrastructure problems and medical problems, and then the police department or the sheriff's deputies take care of people problems. To think about the big picture. But that's sort of our job. We'll put somebody on scene. If you need us, you need us. If you don't, you don't. We'll find the appropriate resource for you. That's it. We're kind of a social service in some ways. Honestly, I mean, that's what we end up doing for medical calls or all kinds of stuff. But if you can't figure out what to do, just call. We'll sort it out. Don't worry about not necessarily being the exact right thing. You're not bothering us. That's what you pay your tax dollars for. Okay? That's what I got.